to-do list, where we can add a to-do list, we can delete a to-do list and toggle a to-do list. But what happens every time we refresh this page, the to-do list that we have added earlier goes away. And similar to last app that we built on Counter, adding a local storage, we want to persist the data here in to-do list. So let's go ahead and access local storage. And we can see it has a property count with a value of 86. Here, the most important data that we have is an array. What if we want to add an array inside local storage? Local storage.setItem. SetItem takes two parameters. The key, that is to-dos, and the value that is going to be an array. So for now, I'll go ahead and add a dummy data 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we did is we added a new property to-dos with the value of array. Let's go ahead and look at local storage. So when we look at local storage, we can see we added an array, but that array got converted to a string because that's what local storage does. So when you add different types of data in local storage, what local storage does is it converts that data into a string format. So you remember last time when we were adding a number, it got converted to a string. Similarly, so here what is happening is this array got converted to string, and we can check it by converting this array into a string, and we can see this data and this data is similar. But the main problem that happens with this way is like when you have an array, you can apply method like map for each and reduce on it. But it becomes a string and you cannot add properties like map, reduce and other methods. So that's why whenever you are adding any non-primitive data types like an object or array, what you have to do is to use a method that is present in every browser called json.stringify. So what this method does is it converts it into a string, but in a very specific way. Look at this. If we do 1, 2, 3, 4, json.stringify converted this array into a string, but here we can see this array symbol. But when we do something like this, we can see it is in a string format. So there is a difference between json.stringify and normal string. So whenever you are adding a non-primitive data types into local storage, the first thing you have to do while adding that property is to stringify that. But how can we convert this string into an array again? So there is another method for that, and that is json.parse. And when we pass this kind of data and press enter, we'll see it got converted into an array. So this is what we have to do whenever you are adding a non-primitive data types into local storage, we have to stringify it, and while using that value, we have to parse it. So that's what we are going to do now. So here, whenever you are adding a to-do list, this function is getting called. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and say local storage.setItem. It requires two properties. First is the key of the item, that is to do, and second is the value. The value is going to be an array that is a non-primitive data types. So what we'll do is like we'll say json.stringify and pass all to-dos. Let's look at local storage. So we have to-dos property here. Refresh this, add a to-do list by saying test. Press enter, look into our local storage, and now what we can see in local storage is we have a property of to-dos, and that is an array of object, and we can see it here. Similarly, whenever your data is changing, you have to do this thing. So if you look at, you have different places where data is changing. You have your data changing here in function handle toggle, similarly in handle delete. So we'll go ahead and paste it here. Once you manipulate the data, you are manipulating data here. So I'll go ahead and update my local storage. Similarly here, I'll go ahead and update my local storage. So these are the three places we have to do that. Now, if we refresh this page, we are not able to access the property, but in our local storage, we can see name is test and isDone is false. We can go ahead and add some other property like learn DOM and press enter. and look at local storage, we can see in our local storage we have only learn DOM because the older property is gone. We'll do the same thing by adding one more to-do list, and here in local storage we can see that we have two to-do list, one and this is second one. Now we need to access it. So whenever we are initializing the value, what we need to do, there can be two scenarios. One scenario is in the local storage there is no key of the name to-dos, but there is a scenario where that exists. So when it exists, we can go ahead and say local storage.get item. It takes a key, and the key here we are looking for is to-dos. If you remember, whenever we are accessing data from local storage and that is a non-primitive data type, we have to parse it. So we'll go ahead and say json.parse. So let's try to run that code first here by saying local storage.get item, and we'll pass to-dos. When we press enter, we can see we are getting a string data type. But if we pass this whole thing into json.parse, we'll see that string will get converted to an array. So that is exactly what we need to do. So we are saying json.parse local storage.get item to-dos. Refresh this, and when we are refreshing this page now, we can see it persists. So if we click on learn React, refresh this page, and we can see it is able to persist now. Let's go ahead and add to-do list. We'll add a new to-do list by saying complete assignment, and we can see right now we have 3 to-do lists. Refresh the page, and on our page we have 3 to-do lists. If we click on complete assignment and toggle this in our local storage, we have all the data that we need to be stored. So in this way, you can persist any kind of data that you want in the browser using local storage. So just to recap, let's see what are the things we need to keep in mind. So first thing is, whenever you are adding a non-primitive data types, you have to always do json.stringify. So we are doing json.stringify when we are doing set item. When we are doing get item, we will be using json.parse. So in this way, you can persist any kind of data using local storage in browser.